Welcome to another episode of Walking the Dog. Real quick, I'm going to talk about Operation Mockingbird. It's a real thing. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's legit. Even Wikipedia, which I don't usually recommend, but it pretty much gives you the gist of what went on. Government paid journalists and corporations to steer stories that they liked and get rid of stories they didn't like, and basically to change public opinion to what the government wants. So in essence, propaganda. Your tax money paid for it. Came out in the 70s. They kind of admitted they were doing it since the 50s. The origins of the Cold War, at least anti-Sovietism and stuff like that. Then through the 60s, they coined the term conspiracy theorist, the JFK killing. We all know just by the evidence involved. I mean, I'm retired law enforcement, and I can tell you from a professional standpoint that his death was not caused by one guy in one place based on the evidence provided. And I think you don't even need any kind of law enforcement experience to know that you could watch just the basic minimum videos of the evidence and just see that it's an impossibility in what occurred. He was killed off. The CIA was involved. Did they actually do it? Who knows? In my opinion, probably yes. And they killed his brother too, because he was going after the same shit. Didn't like the CIA and FBI and how corrupt they were and everything else. And then you had J. Edgar Hoover, who cross-dressing weirdo who got dirt on everybody. And for what? Obviously to control narratives, and hence it all just kept snowballing. So what we now have is this deep state of CIA, FBI, intel agencies, all of them together, who have all the intel on people not to assist us as a country, but to assist the agenda. And they really run the country, they run the world. And that's why they didn't want Trump, and that's why they tried to destroy him, because he wasn't owned and operated by them. George W. Bush was a war criminal. The CIA, along with German intelligence, told us they were weapons of mass destruction, right? Well, still trying to find those, not around. So, and even during the Bush administration, the media hated George Bush. When it came to that war, CNN and all of them, all over it, loved every second of it, promoted it like it was a commercial. You can go back and watch the videos and see the fake videos they made of fake air raids and all sorts of stuff. And that was CNN, mind you, who, as soon as they would cut away from the war, they'd say George Bush was a piece of garbage and he's destroying America every other way. But the war was great. And why? Well, because the CIA loves war. Everyone in the CIA and the military-industrial complex makes a ton of money. And once again, Project Mockingbird. The CIA was in control, and they paid the media to say what they wanted them to say. And it's not lost today. It's the same thing going on. And the other thing I'll say is, thank God for the internet and everything else. I mean, of course, social media and everything else has banned anyone with a dissenting voice, and we all know why, because social media was in league. Operation Mockingbird, same thing. They were paid off, and if they weren't paid off, they were leaned on, telling you they were going to destroy them, and they would have. And thank God that Elon Musk bought out Twitter. He's not perfect at all. However, at least now there's some freedom of speech going on there. And so stop listening to all this propaganda bullshit. Find independent journalists online who are actually trying to find the truth, and ditch all these big corporate media operations and the old household name losers. The Brokaws and whoever they are today, idiots on, the Don Lemons and all these losers, they're nothing. So yeah, start seeking the truth, because the truth isn't going to find you, because they're trying to hide the truth. And it's not unpatriotic to question your government, because if they're not working in our best interest, they're not working for us, and that makes them bad people. And in these cases, it seems worse than bad people. They're criminals. So, I don't want criminals in control of my country, my life, my children. And I don't want any government really in control of me, but we all know they make decisions and policies that affect all of us. So that's it. Happy Sunday, and keep a stiff upper lip. We can right this ship, and just make sure you do your research and vote right. When I say right, I mean right.